Oh my gosh. I totally just farted. I'm so glad I muted it, but now I just told you guys, so whatever. With that being said, let's get into 10 weird things they don't tell you about pregnancy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenna, and today I'm going to go over 10 weird things that they do not tell you about pregnancy. And honestly, if I would have gotten this information, I probably would have thought twice from actually getting pregnant. So with that being said, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell so that you know when a video goes live for you. Let's go. In November, I found out that I was pregnant with my first baby. Yay! This is a very interesting time. I actually thought I had COVID for 2 months, or at least a month, before I realized that it was not positive in COVID. It was positive for pregnancy. With that being said, there are many things I am learning now since becoming pregnant, and other moms are coming to tell me and let me know of all of the crazy things that they've dealt with either during pregnancy, labor, or postpartum. So I wanted to compile a couple of them that I found out after becoming pregnant to share with you so that you might know, or if you can relate to any of these weird things that they don't tell you about pregnancy. All right, number 1. Appetite can fluctuate. So obviously this sounds pretty self-explanatory. You're like, well, duh, Jenna, everybody knows that pregnancy, you eat more. But I did not know that there are a lot of people that, including myself, get nauseous and don't want to eat at all. Also, I was a huge foodie, like love food, knew every single place you could possibly think of any food genre, and I could tell you where you'd want to eat. Yet now, being pregnant, I don't have any like cravings or passion towards food like I did before. Before I could be like, oh my God, best burger joint, let's go here. Now I'm hungry for it. Now I think about it and I want to vomit. So that has been a huge game changer for me, because anytime somebody asks me to do something, especially food related, I can never, ever help with deciding. So it reminds me of The Notebook when he's asking what she wants, but she says it's just not that easy. I know it's a meme and it doesn't mean that in the movie, but there's a meme that it's in regards to men asking women what they want for dinner. Number 2, round ligament pain. I'm sorry, never heard of this. And about 4 months in, I started getting the energy back to walk around my complex here. And I started getting the worst hip pain, like excruciating. It was terrible. Then I started reading a little bit more. It is not just the sciatic pain that is going on, but there's a pain that goes up into the abdominal area. Let's actually get the exact definition of this. Okay, round ligament pain is a sharp pain or jabbing feeling often felt in the lower belly or groin area on one or both sides. It is one of the most common complaints during pregnancy. So just crazy to think that there's just, not only are you dealing with all of these changes, growth of your belly, just discomfort in general, now we have to go with some round ligament pain, okay? And that brings me to number 3, lightning crotch. So it was probably about 3 months to 4 months in, and I think I was sitting on the couch. I was sitting on the couch and I kind of like moved to the side, and there was just a shooting pain down my crotch. And I looked it up, and sure enough, there is an actual thing called lightning crotch. So from my understanding, it's when the baby positions itself onto a specific nerve that you just feel a shooting pain go right down into your nether regions. So talking about our crotch, let's go into number 4, which is pee sneezes. Already I had a horrible bladder. I always tried doing Kegels. Everybody always tells me to do Kegels now. Great. I'm so glad that I can do these, but at the same time, it never changed anything. I would jump on trampolines and pee myself. I would sneeze and sometimes pee myself. It has gotten significantly worse now during pregnancy. So that's exciting. Now it's when I laugh, I cough, sometimes when I'm just sitting there and sneezing. So thank you, pee sneezes. Let me know if you have had any interesting situations in the comments below in regards to pee sneezes. There's been some very interesting TikToks too and Instagram reels that I've found that have emulated such a funny way on pee sneezes. One thing for me was, again, including number 5, which is morning sickness, which is upsetting because it's not morning sickness. It is all day sickness, or for me, it's at night sickness for the most part. But I incorporate pee sneezes with morning sickness now because I had this horrible nausea and I had to run upstairs, and I thought to myself, okay, every time that I've puked so far, I have peed my pants. TMI. But it is a truth. So I decided, hey, let me go ahead. I'm going to go to the bathroom first. And if I still have to puke, then at least I've already released my bladder, right? I go to the bathroom. I go wash my hands. Immediately I start getting this dizzy feeling, which is normally my indication that I'm about to throw up. So I get to the toilet and I do end up puking, which it was a bad one, but there was so much force that I peed myself anyway. How? There was so much. I even peed through my pants to my sock that I was kneeling on, because I was kneeling on my foot. How does that happen? It totally happened. Super embarrassing. I cried while I was cleaning myself up, and I tried going to the bathroom again, which I still had more. Like, where did this come from? I just went and had to change myself and go downstairs and put my clothes in the wash right away. So embarrassing. So yes, number 5, morning sickness. It's not fun, and it could be all day sickness, could be at night sickness, and it's just a frustrating thing. I know a lot of people already know about it, but I don't think they understand the actual like capacity of what morning sickness actually is. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. So number 6, this one was weird, and I found out about it from Total Bellas. So if you haven't watched Total Bellas, it is Nikki and Brie Bella. They're twins. They were on wrestling. I used to watch them when they were really big into wrestling, and then obviously they spun off and had their own TV show, and both of them got pregnant. Brie for her second one and Nikki for her first. Brie was trying to educate Nikki about what pregnancy and labor is going to be like. She talked about the mucus plug. So I learned about the mucus plug from a TV show. I won't go into much detail just because it is a little disgusting. You can definitely do your own research, but just know there's a plug that holds the little one in, and usually that is the first to go before, from what I read, the water breaking. Or essentially, you're just going to have it come out of you. And it's really gross. I looked it up, and then I realized that I was looking up other women's mucus plug. We'll go to one that's not as disgusting, but chapped lips. So within the first to second month, I had the worst congestion. So we're going to talk about pregnancy congestion and chapped lips. The second month, again, I thought I had COVID. And some of the symptoms for COVID is congestion, nausea, vomiting, pretty much all pregnancy symptoms. That's why I thought I probably picked up that virus instead of actually becoming pregnant. The chapped lips, I would like literally wake up and they would be bleeding. I would put on so much stuff. I have a whole face routine for moisturizer, which I do include my lips. There would just be like times where they were just cracking open. Weirdest thing I've ever experienced, because usually my lips aren't chapped unless it was sunburnt or something. That brings me to number 8, shortness of breath at an early stage. Once I found out I was pregnant, maybe 3rd or 4th month, I was going up the stairs and already out of breath. This is something that I've realized it is getting worse. I can only get about a third around the block instead of the full block. Not even half the block. I get really winded. That round ligament pain happens. I get like pain down my leg, which is that sciatic pain, all on that left side. So yeah, if you are starting to get a little winded, don't worry. Take some time for yourself though. Now this one was a little alarming. It's not terrifying and it's not gross. But I was in the shower and I was going about my business and I looked down and I noticed that my belly has tiny hairs now. I've never noticed belly hair before. Maybe it's been there, but it has gotten significantly more. It's not dark. Luckily, I have very blonde hair, but I was just a little startled. I had no idea that there was going to be hair in certain places that weren't there before. And these are like little tiny hairs that are just like, ah. So we've got this big old belly and then all this little like tiny hair that is just on my belly. So bringing me to number 10, the last one. And before that, again, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell so that you know when a video goes live for you. I'm going to have a ton more updates in regards to this pregnancy, resources, and also mommy sellout episodes for your enjoyment. Let me know also in the comments how you enjoyed this video and if there's anything that you would like me to touch base on or do some more deep diving. I would love to do that because I learned, and then hopefully that helps me through this pregnancy. Number 10, pooping during pregnancy. This one was terrifying. So I've heard that it was very common. Most women have an epidural, or even if they don't, but most who have an epidural, you don't feel anything from the epidural down or the hips down, which is great for labor, but at the same time, you have no idea where you're pushing. They just tell you to push and you're just like trying. So I guess what happens is they push so hard that poop comes out. Many of the women I've talked to who say that this happened to them say that it is very quickly wiped up from the nurse. So thank you, nurses out there, for taking care of us mamas. But still, I'm terrified and I don't really want that to be something that Steve encounters. That was interesting, as well as I didn't know they actually insert a catheter. I know, TMI, a catheter for you during pregnancy, which kind of scares me. I know a lot of women, again, have told me that you don't feel it and you're numb during that time and when they pull it out. Ugh. But I'm like scared. I probably shouldn't be. I need to do more fear releasing around labor and delivery. A lot of the midwives that I've talked to are saying labor and delivery is the easiest part. They're there, doctors are there, you're fine. It is the initial taking baby home that is going to be what I need to focus on. So lactation consultants for learning how to breastfeed, and there's sleep training. I've seen Taking Care of Babies, which I'll link down below, and also Baby Wise, which is a book that I mentioned in my resources video. Those are my 10 weird things they don't tell you about pregnancy. Before you get pregnant, you find out later. So hopefully that helps. Or you could just get a good laugh and relate to those. Maybe you've had some that were different. So go ahead and comment those below. I would love to hear your story. You guys always remember to geek responsibly.